All right, so sorry for the interruption. We had a technical problem. My phone was out of memory, so I had to delete some apps, but we're continuing now. So we talked about definition number 2, art, music, and literature, etc., thought of all together. So it's like all that sophisticated stuff like art and music and literature. We call it culture. Like cities have more culture than small towns, people could say. Other people could argue with that. When we read the play Our Town, we'll talk about whether that's true or not. But, okay, number 3 is the beliefs and attitudes about something that people in a particular group or organization share. So that's related to number 1. Number 1 is more like traditional beliefs in, like Mexican people or smaller groups, Jewish people, for example, for myself. Number 3 is more like in something like a company. But it's kind of related to meaning number 1, but it's like beliefs. It's not so much traditional beliefs, it's like beliefs about something in a company, for example. Like we talk about work culture. In any workplace, there's a work culture. How do people feel about their work? Do they think it's important? Do they care about it? What's their attitude about their work? What's their attitude about their boss? All of that is like workplace culture. So that's more like meaning number 3, in a particular group or organization. So we often use it for work. Or so my example down here, let's see, so example for number 2 is students learn about culture in literature and music classes. Culture, like sophisticated art, music, literature. Okay, and then number 3, the culture of Escuela Popular, that's the beliefs in this organization, values education and self-improvement. So like those are some of the beliefs that many people have in this school. Students and teachers believe that education is important and it's important to improve yourself. And we have a sentence over here, literature reflects the culture within which it is written. So that's usually, I think that's probably definition number 1. So it's like, if a novel is written at a certain time in a certain country, then those beliefs from that country and that time get into the book. It's like the writer probably has those beliefs. So Spanish translation, cultura, word families, cultural, and just we can review some parts of speech. What do you think the part of speech of cultural is?
Adjective.
Adjective, great. How about culturally? Adverb, how do we know? Ly, yes. Not always, but often that's a clue that it's an adverb. Cultured, like you could say a cultured person. That's an adjective. So this one, first one just means related to culture. This means in a cultural way, like someone could be culturally knowledgeable. Someone has lots of knowledge about like culture number 2 maybe. Or so cultured. Cultured is an adjective. That really cultured refers mainly to number 2. A cultured person is a person who knows a lot about art, music, and literature. We can use it to describe a person. He's very cultured. She is very cultured. She knows about art, music, and literature. Uncultured is the opposite of that. So kind of like educated and uneducated, but focusing on art, music, and literature. And synonyms, ideas, values, and worldview. I think worldview is probably the closest. Ideas, culture is like specific. It's ideas that are, if you look at the definitions, it's not just any ideas. It's like the ideas that people get from being in a certain country or in a certain organization. Number 1, number 3. So does anybody have questions? All right. Thank you very much for filming, and sorry about the 2 pieces of the video today. Thanks a lot for watching.